Let's take one of the last photos for analysis and see what can be pulled out from there. If there was some kind of conflict, we looked at the tarot in the last article about the reasons for the disappearance of the Duchess and its likelihood, then most likely it is not visible in this photo. But you can see all the dynamics that led to it. The first thing that catches your eye, and is unlikely to come as a surprise to anyone, is that Kate is very tired. And for some reason much larger, more serious and deeper than William. It's as if his build as a whole is much better tailored to his current life than hers. She has a lot of facade part, which is beautifully built, but the division between the outer facade and the inner core is clearly visible, where the sad little girl is hiding, whose true desires no longer concern anyone. Why small? She gives me such a strange feeling, as if most of the core of the personality is built in a very adult way, trained, conscious and purposeful, but somewhere where we are talking about true goals and desires, there is a lot of pain, frustration and non-recognition, and children's protest against it. William looks more whole, in this particular place generally quite whole, without conflicts of goal setting and deep and external desires. However, he treats this inner girl of his wife quite harshly. He sees it, but does not take it into account. It's as if all their relationships have long been thoroughly regulated, and everyone has long agreed to these conditions, and in fact, he had long sensed a catch here, but now he does not want to forgive him. You knew what you were getting into, and be kind and comply, and if some little girl in you suffers and resists, then wasn't it you who at one time chose to make one specific choice, regardless of her wishes? To be honest, it doesn't feel like love. Rather, it is a combination of will and luck, the ability to agree and act in the name of a common goal, harmoniously and verified to the very depth. There is a lot of warmth, but it is conditioned by long-term attachment and this joint game, in which both bear good responsibility for the result and the process that leads to it. Teamwork is high, consideration of the interests of each other and the team as a whole is high, but all this is not because deep down lies the movement of souls to each other, but because the common goal is too important. There is an unspoken agreement to go towards it. There is something that has been pushed aside, set aside as worthless, is what is unconditionally recognized as valuable. A strong union, but more of a business one, plus all the past years of existence side by side add to it the structure and ability to interact efficiently. But not more. There were and are rumors that William is not particularly shy, and perhaps adheres to the approach to such matters of his own grandfather, who, very likely, allowed quite a lot in this regard. If you look for the answer in photography, then yes, betrayals definitely took place, and in general this is not at all an outstanding fact for the prince. However, he quite strictly observes the status of such ladies and his own. Love was not expected there anywhere, but a pleasant pastime was quite possible. Kate is aware, not very happy, but not actively objecting. The difference in the estimated speed of life is noticeable, but this is also not news. Indeed, William continues to have a fairly active public and working life. Kate has no affairs or public appearances. It's as if her plant is clearly ending and will soon stop, but there are no changes expected for him. However, some nervous shock sets in, which still affects the pace of life and work. In general, it looks like some kind of deep nervous breakdown is forming, coming precisely from the core of the human being itself. Fatigue and disagreement, which intertwined into an explosive mixture capable, figuratively speaking, of quickly turning it inside out. Generally speaking, there are quite a lot of elements in this system. That is, it is quite possible that the spouses experience emotions about someone outside of the marriage, both of them. Kate doesn't allow herself anything other than emotions, but this also makes her feel uncomfortable. William is not shy, but some fatal partner is not yet visible around him, Rather, attention is constantly drawn in the background, and in several places, not even in one. But perhaps something was the straw that broke the camel's back for Kate. That is, here, rather, a formal reason for a reaction appeared, but the reaction followed not to the reason, but to everything that had accumulated over many years. In any case, it is obvious that she has a serious internal conflict that must shoot sooner or later. During the period of time when the photo was taken, it was clearly aggravated and pricked quite strongly. In principle, such things are often manifested by somatic manifestations, but here it does not seem that her health overtook her, but rather her psyche. The possibility of a reconciliation between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton has generated a lot of interest, but experts are cautioning against premature speculation. Reports of Meghan extending an olive branch to Kate have attracted attention, but skepticism remains in royal circles. Renowned royal expert Kinsey Schofield doubts that Meghan is seeking reconciliation with Kate, especially given the lack of concrete evidence to back up such claims. While speculation abounds, Schofield emphasizes the need for caution and says that any attempts at reconciliation may be premature. The dynamics between Meghan and Kate have come under scrutiny, with rumors of a quiet feud simmering between them. However, experts doubt the feasibility of restoring friendly relations between the spouses of the British princes in the context of a complicated royal life. As long as the Duchess of Cambridge continues to fulfill her royal duties by managing emails, schedules, and household duties, the prospect of reconciliation with Meghan may not be a top priority. With Kate focused on fulfilling her commitments, there may be little opportunity for the two women to resolve any lingering tensions. Moreover, American journalist Christopher Anderson echoed Schofield, emphasizing the lack of tangible evidence pointing to significant efforts toward reconciliation. While speculation continues unabated, the reality may be far more subtle, and the intricacies of the royal relationship defy simplistic description. Amidst the speculation and conjecture, one thing is clear: the complexities of royal life leave no room for simple solutions. As Meghan and Kate navigate their roles in the royal family, the possibility of reconciliation will hang in the balance, and the true nature of their relationship will change over time. As the Princess of Wales is in the process of recovering from recent surgery, any attempts at reconciliation may be deemed inappropriate. Schofield emphasizes that Meghan's focus is likely elsewhere right now, given the sensitivity of the princess's health and her gradual return to royal duties. Meanwhile, Kate Middleton is gradually returning to her royal duties, balancing emails, schedules, and household chores. Amid her busy agenda, dealing with the potential complications of reconciling with Meghan may not be a top priority for the Duchess. Christopher Anderson, an American journalist, shares Schofield's view, emphasizing the lack of significant contact between Meghan and Kate. Despite speculation to the contrary, there is no evidence that there is a thaw in their relationship or a concerted effort to resolve lingering tensions. The dynamics between Meghan and Kate continue to attract public attention, but the reality of their relationship remains elusive. As they assign their roles in the royal family, the possibility of reconciliation hangs in the balance, and the subtleties of their interactions change over time. While speculation may be rife, the true nature of their relationship is known only to themselves.